Even as I don't marry for 41 years, I always say that I don't know what love is. Do you? However, I do know about commitment. For me, love can't guarantee the success of a relationship. Love can't make you stick to one person all year round. Oh no. And cheating isn't always the product of not loving your partner. In fact, loving someone doesn't guarantee not falling in love with another person. Now, let me tell you something. I've seen more beautiful women, romantic, sexy, curvy women for the past 41 years. In those times, love did not help me. Self-control did. Commitment kept me going. So no matter how you feel for someone else, the person you're committed, even as...
So I'm changing my mind. Okay, I'm changing my mind. One thing that I have always felt some type of way about before this very moment. One thing I've always felt some type of way about was if love was enough or not. I always believe love is enough. I've always believed love is enough, and I still believe that. But I've noticed that people's definition of love is all over the place, and it's becoming necessary that I adjust accordingly. Okay, so what is love? Is love enough, or do we need self-control and commitment? Obviously, we need self-control and commitment. But when you talk about true love and you talk about real love, does it involve self-control and commitment? Of course. So again, when you say love is not enough, and then you say we need self-control and commitment, real love is already a part of that. Real love is committed. Real love is full of self-control, right? It's deliberate, it's intentional. It's not some kind of affection that you fall under, some kind of spell or anointing that you fall under. Most people use love in that context. A lot of people use love in that context. As a matter of fact, you're not going to be able to comprehend the true meaning of love, the real meaning of love, until you are in a relationship that requires that. And that usually means you fall flat on your face, and then you wake up, and then you learn. And then if you're lucky enough, you're still in that situation to now nurture that relationship with real love, as opposed to be in love. In love is a beautiful feeling. I would never discount it. I think it's terrible in this social construct for anyone to discount the importance of in love, the in love experience, meaning you're in love with a person. You're not controlling it. It's not intentional. It's not deliberate, but you feel that butterflies. You feel for this person. You feel like you can see yourself with them in a moment for life, even though it's bullshit, because it's a feeling, right? But that's our bullshit. It's not your bullshit. It's our bullshit, right? But it's real. And that's something we all want to feel, because it also drives everything else. It makes you want to give without being particular about give and take. See, real love is about giving and not give and take, right? When you get into that conversation of give and take, that's basically not real love, all right? That's something else entirely. That's some bullshit that we're teaching ourselves. It's really give and receive. You have to learn how to receive, because sometimes a person is communicating love to you and you don't realize they're speaking their own love language, meaning you're not giving, right? You're not giving, but you're trying to take. When it comes to especially marriage, this is something you have to really sit down, process, and think about, because it's going to affect the rest of your life. And this gentleman, his name is Charlie Boy. He's a legendary. He looks good for his age, right? He's an eccentric kind of guy, so he's not gonna dress like a normal guy or anything like that. But he's been married for 41 years, and that's what he was talking about here. That you can love a person, that doesn't mean you're not able to fall in love with another person. See, there's a difference, right? So if I go back to, let me go back to Google really quickly and show you love. What is love? Meaning. Love meaning, right? So let's look at what Google, this is what most people do, and it's lame behavior, by the way, but let's join ourselves in the lameness for a second, right? I'm gonna add this. Let's look at this for a second. This is what Google has to say. Let me refresh so you can know that I'm live. Love is an intense feeling and of deep affection. See, this meaning right here will not work in a marriage, okay? Because you're not always going to feel a deep sense of affection. So this is the in-love experience. I love this feeling too. And if I don't have it, I'm not staying in marriage. You get it? I don't expect a woman who is not in love with me to stay in marriage with me. That's bullshit. In the name of duty and responsibility. Fuck duty and responsibility. Okay? I need both. Yes, I need to have my cake and eat it too. And you too, ladies, you should want your cake and eat it too when it comes to this. Okay? And if you're not getting that, it is still your responsibility to learn how to seduce your partner and attract what you're looking for. So you don't get to blame it on the other person. Because again, in love and war, all is fair. Here's another one. A great interest and pleasure in something. Again, feelings. Right? And then there's the verb. And these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3-times author. Those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that, yeah, feel deep affection for someone. This cannot be a verb in reality. We can use it to express how we feel, but in terms of I love you, I'm just expressing that I feel love. That's what that is. Okay. So, but it's capped to say I can just deliberately turn that on because it's duty. We just don't live in that society any much longer. You need both because people have choices. Okay, people have options. Even if they don't have options, the reality TV shows is making them feel like they have options, and then you will fuck your relationship and marriage up before you find out that it was wrong. Before you find out that it's not green, the grass is not greener on the other side. So these are the kind of things that set people up for unrealistic expectations. Like, enjoy very much. So again, it's synonyms, right? But when we're talking about romantic context, especially in marriage, when we're talking in that context, it's very
important. Even as
it's very important that we understand the nuances and all the difference in betweens, that creates what we call emotions. The very experience that we call human experience is full of all of these different things. We have to be aware of this, right? There is you love a person, there is you're in love with a person, and he's talking about both in this video. And I want to play that video again because I feel like there's a lot of lesson in there, and then we can call it a day.
I don't marry for 41 years. I always say that I don't know what love is.
So I don't know what love is the most honest thing ever. Because the way I always say, we have a whole book on it, on real love. The only source of true love is God, higher self. Whatever your higher self is, I don't know if you call it God or not. You're not capable of unconditional love as a person. People always want to say women are not capable of unconditional. I don't think any human being is capable of unconditional love by themselves without submission to some kind of higher vision, higher calling, something like that, something of that nature, right? Some kind of ideology that's bigger than ideologies, right?
Do you? However, I do know about commitment. For me, love can't guarantee the success of a relationship.
This context, love cannot guarantee, but what he's talking about is being in love with a person, right? But if we go back to the scriptural meaning of love, right? Let me see if I can find that really quickly and not waste too much time on that. If we go back to the scriptural meaning of love meaning in the Bible, let's see what we can find, right? Let's go back to that. Okay, right here. We could find it, pull it right up. Love is patient, right? Patience requires self-control. you have to commit it because patience run out, right? That's why I talk about infinite patience, especially if you're a man. Infinite patience. Love is blind. Yes, that's a fact. Oh, not blind. That's that's the feelings, right? Love is kind, rather, right? It does not envy, right? So as a human being, you will feel envy sometimes. But then when you remember the scriptural, meaning if your higher sense of vision is spiritually God, right? In the Christian way, you remember this verse, then you know that I shouldn't be envy. Let me go take a shower because my feelings, I'm caught up in my feelings. Let me fix that. You're able to catch yourself because of self-awareness. It does not boast, right? So even though my brother on Lapif Network, Chaotic Truth, was saying men are divine, we don't say that. We don't say it out in words, okay? You say it out in words, you will basically attract masculine energy from women. I'm sorry. It is not proud. Proud in the sense of, arrogance. Not proud as in black and proud. Not that part. Again, nuances. Again, context matters, right? Right? It does not dishonor orders. It is not self-seeking. These are love. These are the type of love that is required in a marriage. You don't. That's the way these things work. Okay, these are the reality, not what you say, not what you and I say. That's why I'm referencing all of these different things, right? It's very important that you understand this. All right.
Love can make you stick to one person all year round. Oh no. And cheating isn't always the product of not loving your partner.
Cheating is not always the product of loving your partner. You can love a person. If you're not in love with them, you will cheat. The people that cheat on you is somebody that's not in love with you. Okay? That doesn't mean they don't love you. But that doesn't mean they're not wrong. Right? Because I know you want me to say that part. That doesn't mean it wasn't a choice. But while you're right in all of that, it doesn't really help you. Let's get to the level where we can help each other, right? In these conversations, because in love and war, all is fair. I'm telling you. So anyway, like I always say, there's no right and wrong when it comes to these topics. If there was, it's very easy. People would go to jail, okay, for just doing the wrong, right? But clearly, the government is not interested in this part of your life. They want you to figure this part out, right? So you just getting stuck on your own and saying, you're wrong. It's wrong to cheat. It is just evil to do that. Listen, if you're talking about somebody that you're not in a romantic relationship with, that's fine.